Having a quick look at the 8-inch linx 8 Windows 8.1 with Bing tablet. Currently retailing at Staples in the UK for $99.99. 32 gig storage with 19 available. A micro SD card, so that will take up to 64GB cards. I've currently got Grid running off of Steam, and it's the first one version. It's on the lowest graphical settings, and it's actually pulling off an external 1TB USB 3 hard drive, even though the actual tablet only supports USB 2. As you can hear there, the inbuilt speakers in there. Quite loud. I have actually got an Xbox 360 joystick, but because of it being on the external hard drive, I've got no USB hub at the moment to actually do anything. It's a 1280x800 display, an IPS panel. The viewing angles are not perfect, but for the $99.99 it's quite good. It's running a quad-core Atom CPU based at 1.3 GHz with a boost of 1.83, but I don't know often that actually kicks in. A number of games do work on it, but for some reason this will actually run at full screen. A lot of them you have to lower the resolution to get them to be playable, which is a bit strange because I think this would actually need more power than what the other games entail. Show you around the tablet once I've shown you a quick look at this game. I'm playing it over a keyboard, so I might not be too good, to be honest. As you can see, this is actual in-game graphics, almost. It wasn't pre-rendered. The actual game itself does still look quite good, and it seems to run quicker than the internal micro SD card slot. There we go. Remember, I am playing this on a keyboard, so I'm not going to be the smoothest of drivers. Well, that shows. Oops.
You okay, kid? That looks like a write-off to me. You've got three options in this kind of situation. One, you can retire from the race, but that's not going to do your reputation or your bank balance much good. Two, you can restart the race and do it all again. Or three, you can try that last stretch again, only this time without crashing. Just select the point in the replay that you want to resume from, and hit the flashback button.
Oops, I guess that didn't work then. Go back to it. You see the actual graphics are not too bad. Like I say, it is only a £100 tablet, so it's not going to be anything spectacular. And the problem is it's a Apple keyboard I'm using and it doesn't have an escape key on it. Here's the front end of the tablet. Just disconnect the external drive to show you what can be done. Just exit out of that. The only problem I found is when it's got the games for Steam installed on the external drive, you basically have to if you don't have the external drive on, you have to tell it to reinstall the game into the exact same location as what it was actually install to, and then it comes up basically, does a quick file check, and then it'll actually play the game. I'll just show you the other games that I can play. Burnout Paradise, this one actually runs at full resolution, so that's not too bad. Ouch. Again, this is a very good game. Rather impressed it runs on a £99 tablet. Again, the settings are low, but it's still more than playable. Still looks better than a lot of Android-based games. Bit of stutter there, but remember there's only 1 gig of system RAM installed. They actually make a 10-inch version for £159 that actually has a 10-inch screen, IPS panel, 32 gig of storage, but with 2 gig of RAM, so it would actually run a lot better. And this tablet actually has a better screen than the tablet Encore 8 that I've got a review of on a different part of my YouTube. Right, let's exit out of this game. Then I'll show you around the actual tablet itself. Yes, we do want to leave Paradise. There's basically the desktop. Press the home button or the button there, and you're back to the tiles. There's all the apps. I'll actually show you around the tablet. As you can see, it's quite a reflective screen even with a screensaver on it. That's the problem with having the mouse connected and moving it. It tries to turn the screen back on. Turn the mouse off. There we go, the mouse is off now. Now, it's actually quite a thin tablet and has a similar textured back to what the old Spectrum keys are. That's the model of it, and it's got the Intel logo on the back. Now you've got 2 stereo speakers. You could hear it on the video, they're actually quite loud, but I'd have preferred them at either end. There's the micro SD slot, and then on the top of the tablet, if you can call it the top, you've got a micro HDMI, 3.5mm phone jack, and the USB. But the downside with these, again, these tablets, you cannot charge the device while you're actually using anything on the USB port. We've got the camera as well. I think it's either 2 or 5 megapixels, can't remember. And then you've got the power, sleep button, and the volume up and down. On the bottom there is, if you can just see the dot, that's for the microphone. It is a fingerprint magnet, to be honest. But I've disabled the sleep on the, because normally you can press the button there and it allows you to. Now the viewing angles, if you see, if I turn my light out, the viewing angles, really bright, and then just as you start to go off, you can get to about 45 degrees and it's still usable, as you can see. Obviously you get that white, quick whiteness while the camera actually adjusts the intensity of the display. You swipe from the right hand side and you can get to the settings of the device. Just have a quick look on the device itself to show you the amount of storage. As you can see there, 23.8 available, but there's only actually 13.3 within things I've got currently installed. And there you can see I've actually got a 32 gig ultra high speed one micro SD card in that's rated at 50 megabits per second, but it still takes forever to actually install anything to that for some reason. I think it's the poor performance of the SD card reader that's actually on, from what I can gather, on the USB port, and it really does let the device down, because when I'm installing anything to the external hard drive it is pretty quick, and nearly as quick as installing it to the internal memory. Internet Explorer, give me a second. I'm going to the Daily Mail's website, as I normally use for comparison, speed comparison, because there is a lot of information on this. Remember, the screen brightness will overpower the camera and it may look brighter than what it actually is. Now I do find that it's quite uniform lighting, there's not much backlight bleed, but I do find the edges slightly more lit around than what the, you know, a tablet costing 4 times as much would have. As you can see, it is loading pretty snappishly. Stutter a little, but remember again, this has only got 1 gig and it's running a full-blown version of Windows. Zoom in and see it's fluid enough. That's not a problem. Speed to rotate. Again, it's a 1 gig tablet with only an Atom, but luckily it's the in order. Not in order, sorry, out of order, so it'll actually do things quicker than the original Atom. And to close something, you just swipe it down and take it off the bottom of the screen. Yeah. Now I've got updates just to remind me, it's not actually set to install any updates, it just tells me. So every time you turn it on, you'll get a warning on the bottom right hand side saying install the updates. This will actually work off the Xbox 360 joystick. But obviously it's touchscreen as well, so you can do it off the touchscreen. I'll get it set to tank mode. Now I've not tried BlueStacks on it yet, but that should work on it as well, so you can have some Android app support on it. This plays fairly fluid. It's designed for tablets of this specification. Again, the 7-inch version, this panel on it doesn't look anywhere near as good as what the panel does on the 8-inch that I'm currently using. Tesco sell the 7-inch for the same price as what Staples sell the 8-inch for, which seems a bit odd. Also ebuyer do this tablet, and they do the 10-inch as well as the 7-inch. But to be honest, you'd be better off paying the extra £20 over the 7-inch at ebuyer than getting the 8-inch, because the panel is, well, really, really good. Oops. Please remember, I'm not affiliated with any of the companies I've mentioned. I'm a home user who likes technology, and I like to inform people of, well, how things run basically, as you can see. Smooth enough. The beauty about it having 8.1, you can actually, I've got an 8.1 tablet as well, and you can share the, like you can with an Apple account, you can actually share it on up to, I think it's about 100 PCs, as long as I've got the same account login details, as you can see. Swipe from the side, we can get into the settings, turn the brightness down. That's minimum brightness. Up to maximum brightness. Again, just stroke from above the screen down. Now I do find that Mail has a problem doing that, it doesn't always work. That's it. Quick look at the Linx 8 Windows 8.1 tablet from Staples for the retail price of $99.99. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.